Most High God, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. Thank you. So, hello and welcome to this message. What the hell have we here? Oh, we've got a lot of here. I don't want to look like a crazy person halfway through the reading. Okay, I like that one. Hang on. My poisonous phone stop poisoning my eyes because I touched my phone and I touched my eye. Anunnaki. About peacemaker. Peacemakers act like peacemaker. By our fruits we are known. By our deeds we are known. Okay. So, there's a person or persons. The topic here is this person is planning to fake their death and get a whole new identity because of hopelessness. Because of hopelessness. So, what do we have here? We have a person who has done so much shit with their life that their very own choices are no longer bearable. The result, the accumulation of the horrible choices they keep making over and over and over and over again in life is no longer bearable. They want to fake their death and even change their race. So if they're white right now, they want to turn into, I don't know, maybe an Asian person. I don't think there's any white people who want to turn into black people, because unless they have some kind of sinister motive, because you know how they treat black people. Now, if they're black, maybe they want to turn into a white person now. They want to go and get the plastic surgeries and the skin lightening and whatever they be doing to the hair and all these things to look like a white person. But this person want to change their whole appearance. Possibly if they're male, they even want to change themselves to a female. Or if they're female, they want to change themselves to a male, trying to run away from the life that they made. You know that's not gonna change your circumstances as far as karma goes, right? A lot of the times karma take like 20, 30 years to catch up with us. So let's talk about changing. Let's talk about faking our death and changing our identity for a moment. There are some things about us that can't change. What about your fingerprints? Your footprint? maybe even your tongue print. You can change your teeth. What else? Certain mannerisms. And especially your mindset. Because if you get a new body, a new face, with the same stupid mind that got you here in the first place, that new identity, you're going to taint it so much that you're going to want to fake your death as that person as well and become a whole new person. Do you see what the issue is here? Is there no possibility of you standing up as a man or a woman and dealing with the consequences, rightly so, of your choices? That's not an option. If it's not an option for you, just know it is an option for karma. So no matter how long it takes, your karma will catch up with you, even after death. There is no escape. You've already done whatever it is that you did. The energy is going to follow you always, even into the afterlife. Even into your reincarnation, aka your next life after death. There is no escape. So it's either you face what you did now and deal with it, see your karma through and clean your slate and start to make better choices going forward, or you keep running and just know that there's gonna come a time when karma will not allow you to take another step. You and karma will become one. And you will have to sit in the mess. You're going to have to sit in the energetic mess that you had been conjuring for so many years. Because I imagine if you get a new body and a new face and a new name and a new birth certificate and a new complete identity, you're going to go into it with the same dirty mind, trying to find links to become who you were or who you currently are now. You're going to try to do that because that's all you know. So the same messy past that you got following you right now is going to be a continuation in your new self. Let's just get that part out of the way. You can take the pig out of the sty and put it in a palace to live, but it's still going to behave like a pig. It takes a special kind of person to go through all that, change their identity, and then start to make better choices. Are you that person? I highly doubt it. Most of you humans are weak. You're looking to get rich quick. And it must have been something like that that got your ass at this point of your life in the first place. Trying to get money by any means. Left a trail of resentful hearts behind you. People want to hunt you down to take you out because of what you did to them. You can try your best to escape justice, but you can't. Justice will follow you into the afterlife. And justice will follow you once you've reincarnated. And you wonder, why is your life so cursed? It's because you've been cursing people. For how long? You lived your life cursing people without mercy. And now you think you can run away, just fake your death, get a new identity, and nobody can find you. Yeah, right. You think this is the 1960s and the 1970s? Technology. And spiritual technology, it's always been powerful, and it will remain so. You can't run from the spirit police. Everybody has gifts. God wouldn't put you here without the means to make life for yourself. But you know what you guys don't have? You know what you don't care to have? Patience. You know what else you don't care to have? The drive to get to your excellence in the right way. You don't have the drive and the patience to get to your to get to success in the right way. And that's why y'all keep fucking up. Y'all have too much pride to take what you can get until you can get what you really want. Y'all want to live above your means. And you want to do so, and you don't care how you get the money that you need in order to live above your means. You don't want to work and earn. You want to take other people's things to get what you don't deserve. Anyway, let's see what it is that God wants us to know about this here. So, ready to fake their death? Take on a new identity because of hopelessness. So you must be a person who is without God. You're godless. That's why you're hopeless. Oh. You're godless, hence you're hopeless. For fuck's sake. Run when you hear the sirens coming. Whoop, whoop, you hear the sirens coming. Oh, God. These people. I see faking your death and taking on a new identity is a new trend. It's definitely been on the rise in the last couple of years. Yeah. A lot of people be faking their death and taking on new identities. Boy. You don't need a new identity, not a physical one anyway. You don't need a new physical identity. You need a new spiritual identity. You need a new psychological identity. That's if you want to change your life, you have to change your psyche. You have to change the way you think. You have to change the way you move. You have to program yourself with the winning thinking. A lot of y'all are programmed with the thinking of losers. You see, losers cheat to win. Winners know they are winners, so they keep pushing forward. Now all they need to have is patience. You see? So you not only have to have a winning mindset, you have to also be humble, you know? Appreciate your small beginnings. Because there's a lot of lessons to learn. You never know. You see, poverty. If you know me, you'll know I'm multi-talented. I have several different money making abilities. Okay? I design clothes, I design shoes, I design jewelry, I do hair, I do tarot, I could be a farmer if I want to. I can be a babysitter if I want to. I could be a counselor if I want to. I have a lot of gifts. Okay? And you know what brought me to I didn't learn these things in school. I learned these things through not having. It's a combination. Listen to the formula that I had. I was poor, but I have these needs. I can't buy exactly what I want, but I have enough money to buy what I need to make what I want. And that's what I did. I bought the fabric and I made the clothes, and I saved myself considerably by doing so. And now I have the ability to make clothes for other people. So if I'm really in a bind, I can put myself out there as a person who either designs clothes or make clothes themselves and make some money through that. And that's another problem that humans do as well. We're programmed, we've been taught to choose one career. That's just the most ridiculous thing ever, especially seeing how things are going. You're supposed to have several different streams of income. And even if you're going to get into a life of criminality, you should never stay there. If you're going to be a criminal and you make money doing criminal things, you should then invest the money in something that's going to keep the money coming in. So once you get the money from the selling of whatever you sell, or scamming whoever you scammed or whatever it is that you did, instead of going out and buying clothes and shoes and champagne and jewelry and all them stupid things that do not appreciate, they don't go up in value. They suck your money from you. You should appreciate in things like property or education. Build your future. If you're going to get into that type of lifestyle, don't go in there to stay in there. Go in there with the intention of doing something positive with the money, that you don't have to keep on breaking any laws in order to get the money. Do you understand what I'm saying? But y'all be getting into these criminal lifestyles, and you make that your actual profession. You make that your job. You're not supposed to stay in there because you're building horrible karma for yourself. Look at this now. Now your karmic debt has reached so high, you want to run away. You can't run from karma. Invest in education, meaning whatever skills you do have, invest in furthering those, or invest in equipment that can help you to get more involved in whatever natural talents you have. That's how you spend your criminal money effectively, efficiently. That will lessen your karma because God knows your intention. You see it? So you will have to pay some karma if you even choose to walk that route, but it won't be as bad as you just making a career out of being a criminal. There's a big difference. Y'all be 50 years and still selling drugs. And all these drugs, all these people who sell intoxicants and whatnot, it's like they're some of the most poorest people I know. It's like, where's the money? They never have money. They're just doing that shit and they don't have nothing to show for it. So they have to always go and invest in that dumb shit. Cause what? When they get money, they don't save it and do anything positive with it. They do it so that they can buy the clothes to look the part, and the shoes and the jewelry and the grills and all them stupid shit to look the part. Got so many fucking different shoes in their closet. And they're living in a rented house. Having a car that look good on the outside, but the inside, the car body is old and always breaking down and shit. What you doing that for? And now that we're on the topic of bodies, you who want to fake your death and get a new physical appearance and birth certificate and all these things, your internal organs are getting weaker and weaker. How much do you pay attention to your heart and your lungs and your intestines and all these things? So you may look nice and fresh on the outside, but you're gonna be rotting away on the inside if you don't take care of yourself. You're gonna be looking 41 with arthritis. I don't know what kind of life you humans be living, bruv. It's the bank card fall all the way out. And the thing is, none of you take the initiative and try to think for yourself. All y'all, you get involved in the same shit that you know other people get involved in, and you get into it with the same mentality. Most of y'all, you get into it with the same mentality of the people that you see are in that. You don't try to think for yourself. Y'all are lazy. Y'all are mentally lazy. Y'all don't have no ambition. Y'all don't have no drive. Y'all don't have no patience. Y'all don't have no gratitude. If we send you to go work in McDonald's, oh, it's like the biggest disrespect. But you be happy to go out there and go buy some drugs and sell some drugs too. Go tell you to be a cleaner. Oh, how dare you? I can't be seen being a cleaner. But you go out there and get a computer and try to steal somebody else's life savings. Because apparently doing that is a more dignified thing than going to clean someplace making honest money. Y'all are defective. Y'all are mentally, psychologically defective. You see somebody work at McDonald's and they work at any fast food restaurant or anything like that, y'all look down on them. Y'all look down on them like they're so disrespectful to themselves for putting themselves. But if you want to go to McDonald's and buy food, who the fuck is gonna serve you the food if nobody work at McDonald's? You want to go into a business place that smell clean and look clean, who the fuck Who is meant to clean it? Y'all want to look down on cleaners, look down on people with those type of jobs like they're nobodies. They actually uphold this society. They are a lot more valuable than you give them credit for. You're going to go to a restaurant, somebody must be there to cook the food. Somebody must be there to serve the food. The toilets in the hospital don't get cleaned by themselves. The floors in your favorite clothing store, they don't get swept by themselves. But y'all want to look down on people for choosing these jobs. Treat them like they're less than. While you're off doing all type of criminal shit to the point where you can't even stand yourself now. I bet you them same cleaners and them same McDonald's workers, they're out there, they're happy with themselves. They have no thought or desire to change their identity the way you do. The most they might want to change is to upgrade their job. Make something more of their life. You're not meant to stay in those type of positions either. But sometimes we have to start off as a cleaner or as a chef or working in some type of retail business, working in a supermarket. Sometimes you got to start there if you want to live an honest life. You can't be too proud. Or else you get your shit in you get yourself in these type of shitty situations where you've accumulated so much bad karma that you don't even want to be you anymore. You feel hopeless because you made a lot of bad decisions. And the worst one is your decision to be godless. You go into your new life godless, you're going to end up hopeless again. Watch. If you're going to your new life with the same old mindset, you're going to end up hopeless again. What you need is education. What you need is patience. What you need is prayer. What you need is to face your karma, get that shit over and done with. What you need is a positive mindset. What you need is to stop believing in death and believe in life. Start treating yourself as somebody who wants to stay alive so that you can actually live a new life as being you. Aging is fake. You get older, you're not supposed to be getting weaker and frailer. Not when the body is meant. It was made to replenish itself. Once you get the right food and you treat it correctly, the body renews itself. We regenerate every day. What y'all need to do is start educating yourself, try to understand life. Go through so many years of living life and y'all don't know nothing about life. Allow people to lie to you about every fucking thing. Allow society to lie to you about every goddamn thing. Eh? That's what y'all have done. Allow society to lie to you about every fucking thing. And y'all actually manifest those stupid ways of being because you chose to believe it. Everybody else is dying. I'm gonna die too. Well, if you live like how they lived, you're gonna die too. Most of them, they sit around all day. They don't do nothing with their self. They don't do nothing with their mind, their body, or their soul. I'm too old to do this. I'm too old to do that. You're too old to wear that. You're too. That's the first sign of death. The moment you stop living is the moment you start dying. You better do what you love. Do what you love and keep on doing what you love. If you have a car, you take your car to get the MOT. You put the right fuel in your car. You don't put the wrong fuel in your car. If you need to take your car on the motorway to clear out the circulation, all the circulatory business of the car, you do that. If you need to rest your car, you give your car rest. But you don't think about your body in that way. You just treat your body any old how. And y'all are too busy trying to make money to realize that that's how you're living. I'm not saying you can't be a little bit naughty, but it doesn't get you anywhere. Except to hell, a hellish life, like the one you're living now. Too much naughtiness is not good. Everything in moderation. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, whoo, we got hospital at the bottom of a deck. That's the subject matter of what God wants us to know. Hospital. So what's a hospital? A hospital is a place that you go to heal. So let's see what the message is. That's what I'm saying. You don't need you don't need to spend money on plastic surgery. What you need is some better friends, some better influences in your life. You need the courage, you need God. You need the courage to face your judgment. You need God, you need education. You need to have a renewed mind. And you need to respect doing the right thing. Because you don't have no respect for doing the right thing. That's why you do so many wrong things to get what you want in life. Now you end up here, where you hate yourself. You hate the right, you're going to end up hating yourself. See how that works? to check this card and that card. If you live a life of hate doing the right, you're going to end up hating yourself. I'm learning a lesson from your story here. Let's check this card before we move on. Feels correct like this. Let's do this. Okay, and this one like this. Okay, so what have we here? The first message, well, the first part of the message. So the subject matter was hospital, right? The first card that came out is cleaner. And we got advocate of good in the reverse. You were being naughty. You were not an advocate of good. You are an advocate of pretending to be good. Then we have healing and civilian come out together. See, behaving in a civilized manner. Okay. Okay, we got some kind of agenda. That was in the reverse. So you're not supposed to have any kind of agenda. So like I said, you were pretending to be a good person. So it's like you went through your life manipulating people, pretending to be a good person when you were just telling people what they needed to hear so that they can do what you want them to do so you can have what you want to have. And now it's catching up with you. So you're supposed to be healing yourself and others. That means being fair, doing right. You're not supposed to be having an agenda. And we got governor in the reverse. So a governor is somebody who is in charge of whatever. In the reverse, this person is not in charge. So you don't have as much power as you thought you did. Yeah, it worked for a long time and now it's not working. Terribly so. You weren't supposed to be dealing with people with no secret negative agendas. So you thought you'd be able to just manipulate people all your life. Nobody will ever know. You probably are a church going type or some kind of religious type. You probably go to a mosque or a temple or something. So you try to create this image like, I'm a God-loving person. I go to church or mosque or temple every however often. And I got my husband or my wife and I got children. And you're a devil in disguise, really. So this is basically saying you need to clean up your act. This is your act. You want people to believe you're an advocate of good, but you're not. You need to clean up your act and you need to treat people better. By treating people better, you automatically treat yourself better because this power that you think when you're having all kind of agenda, it was bad for you because you're not so powerful like you think. That's the message, okay? The underlying issue is fear. See how powerful fear is? And this is talking about fear within your own self. You have no confidence in your abilities. You have no confidence in being where life has you. You have no confidence in taking your time and building. You care too much about what people think about you. You care too much about what people say about you. You care too much about how people gonna treat you when you don't have. You care too much about that stuff, and that's what has made you walk this horrible path. So you were living your life because you were seeking validation from other people. And now look, other people can still live their life and you have to run away from yours. That's what you feel anyway. And the age that came out when I was doing the research for the title of this reading was like 61 to 80 years old. So you've lived your life. That's a long time to live your life for other people. So in all those years, you just never got it right. That's what I'm saying. You need some better friends. You need some better influences around you. Because if you had better influences around you, you wouldn't have made this many mistakes in your life. So let's read on. Fear. This is the underlying issue. Fear. We got assessment. And we got temple. Chinese or Buddhist temple. You see? So are you Chinese? Are you Filipino, Chinese kind of? So you're them kind of people. And we got present yourself well. And we got advocate of evil. That's primary school business. You're older than that. You're supposed to know more by now. It's like when you were younger, this was okay. But you just never learned. You just never learned. You were supposed to present yourself well. You're supposed to be representing what you stand for. See, so you know about God, but you don't really have no faith in God. So even when you go to the temple, it doesn't make a difference to you. You still come out being an advocate of evil who presents themselves well. Yeah, you present yourself well, but you're an advocate of evil. And that's primary school vibes. Little children do that. You're between 61 and 80 years old. You were supposed to have learned by now, but you're surrounded with maybe everybody around you think and behave like you, so you just never thought you had to learn. But God is reaching out to you specifically. So even if the other people around you are still doing this nonsense, God is singling you out right now. God has made your burdens become so much that you're ready to run away from yourself or try to. Let's read on. We got government employee and we got mosque. So are you a government employee? And we got prayer. And we got land. So this is like, land is like a firm foundation. So you've been praying. And we got vaccine. So now you want a vaccine. So now after you done did all that nonsense, now you want a vaccine. Eh? For all the things that you did. Now here's the preschool energy. You want a vaccine for all the shit that you did when you were younger. Not like preschool age, but I mean at the beginning of your life of crime. You want to clean up the karma. Yeah, you were being an actress. Mr. or Mrs. World Domination. Assassin? You were involved in a lot of stuff, you know. We got hidden entrance. Is love. Yeah, you present yourself as a loving person. That's how you get in. That's how you get people to do what you want. Yeah, you use love to control. You use positivity to control. And we got politics. Yeah, to control the human resources. Get people to do what you want. Wow. So what the hell is happening now then? Shit must be really falling apart for you to want to fake your death and take on a new identity. You have done a lot, but I'm just here to let you know that you will not escape justice. Whether you have to deal with the courts, the physical courts, or the spiritual courts, God cannot allow you to escape justice, or else you will never learn. Because I'm sure in your new life, you're going to pick up these old ways. This is going to be your aim and your objective. So God is going to have to tap that ass so that you can learn not to do that. Because, yeah, you're feeling the pain right now. But all these people that you have involved in your criminality and all the victims of your criminality, they suffer. They were met with misfortune just suddenly at your hand. God can't allow you to get away with that, or else that would be training you wrong. We are God's children. So Mother God or Father God, they will be visiting you to tap that ass. You cannot escape your judgment. So let's see what God wants to say to you directly. Well, God say, yeah, you need to clean up. And you're not as powerful as you think you are. So maybe you are a governor of some kind of a Asian place or something like that. Like China or... I'm not really good with geography. But I saw like Filipino when I was checking the reading at first. I saw European and I saw Filipino. So you're something like that. And then see the Chinese Buddhist temple come out. So you're from... Oh yeah, because Nepal got a madness going on over there where the youth toppled the government, didn't they? The youth, they all got together and they overthrew the government of Nepal and put who they want in there. I was seeing it on TikTok. So maybe you're Nepalese. Who knows? But you want to run away from the mess. That's not very noble of you. But let's see what else. Let's see what God wants to tell you specifically. I think you need to hear from the Lord right now. I think you need to hear from your God at this time. So what would you like to say to these people or this person, whoever this message is for? Congratulations. I feel you fighting with yourself to exercise some patience. Congratulations. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we got audit. So to audit someone is to, well, from a financial perspective, look into their finances, make sure everything is on the up and up. From a karmic perspective, it's looking at your background, looking at the record of your do's and your don'ts, so your dids and your didn'ts. So you're being audited right now, my dear. Okay? The good thing about this is that God is merciful. So don't be a jackass and be ungrateful or combative against the payments that you need to make to sort out your karmic balance. Okay? Or else you make it worse for yourself. It's up to you. That's my advice to you. Take it like a man or a woman. Clean your shit up. Okay, the bottom of the deck, we got money lost. Could be money, could be your reputation, it could be assets, anything. Okay, so let's check these because these came out in very well. So. Okay, should be in the upright. Okay, oh, and these came out sideways. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, should be interpreted this way. Okay, so it's in the upright as well. All right, so the cards that we got came out. We got original bank account and we got close. I think that meant close. I'm feeling CLOSE, like shut it down. We got deposit quarter. So this could be about your money. Okay. So what does God want to say to you specifically? God says original bank account close. Deposit quarter. Close. You know what? I'm going to get a clarifier for this close card because that's confusing me. Let's just drop it. educator. So clarifying, the clothes card is educator. So original bank account is like you need to be smart about it. And it said deposit quote. So it's like God is telling you, if you're gonna make a deposit, deposit quarter. Or maybe that's what you got left. Educator. And we got gang member. Hang on. We got podcast. Surveillance. It should be clear to you what God is saying about your original bank account now. You're being watched, okay? People are auditing you. Yeah, that's what the subject matter of this message, this part of the message was audit. So they're digging into your money. You're being watched. So you're being audited and you're being surveilled. I think that's the word. You're being watched. So God says deposit quarter. It's like God is helping you. That's nice. See how merciful God is? God says you need to be smart. Don't deposit all of it. Just put a quarter. So it's like God is helping you to clean your mess up. Okay, we got children. Yeah, the young people of Nepal, bro, they overthrew their government. Then these Gen Z in Nepal, they're different to the Gen Z in this part of the world. Okay? They say we're not taking your shit. And personally, I like that. Because wrong is wrong and right is right. We hurt. When you treat us badly, we hurt. We suffer financially, and that transfers into our family. You know how many relationships get destroyed because of bad finances? Mm? And other stresses, all these taxes and fucking minimum wage and all these nonsense. So many people have to get 2 and 3 jobs just to maintain a basic standard of living and stuff like that. It's not easy for we the people. It's not easy, and your people are fed up. They want better. So yeah, God is saying deposit quarter. So whatever it is that you got, God said don't be stupid and put it all in there. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck here. So we got money lost, inaccurate information. Yeah. Put quarter. Don't deposit all of it because they're watching you. So you're pretending like you don't really have the money, but yeah, you do. And we got bank teller mail miscounted. Wink, wink. Okay? So that's what God want to tell you. God said you need to just be sensible from here on out, bro. Because it's like you've already put your foot in it. You've already made all these mistakes. And it feels like God really loves you, whoever you are. Because God is actually trying to help you here. Okay? God is trying to help you here. So God want you to not win, because you do have to take accountability for whatever you did wrong, but God said try and minimize your further efforts because you're just going to make it even worse for yourself, and these children are not playing with you. Okay, so God is saying do what you can to help yourself for the moment, and go and sin no more, or sin a hell of a lot less. At least. Sin a hell of a lot less. Because y'all be doing too much. You government people, y'all be doing too much to we the people. And that's what be making us get really upset with you and do what the children of Nepal did to our heads, or our governments. Y'all be causing these uprisings. Because y'all be doing too much to us. Y'all don't have to treat us that bad. You understand what I'm saying? If you were treating them a little bit better, they would be less upset with you and they would be less rebellious. Do you understand what I'm saying? But y'all just got that shit round our neck and it's squeezing that shit. Like, how much of that do you expect we the people to take? You have to be realistic about what you're doing. Not because you got soldiers and you got police on your side and all these things. Not because you write the laws and all these things. You can be toppled. Even your soldiers and your police are not happy with you because I'm sure that they're working for some ridiculous money. The only soldiers and police that are working for good money are the ones that you pay that extra bit of something on top of their wages. So you don't have nobody on your side really. Because the people who are getting less money, they are the majority. I've done readings on this channel telling y'all that all that sneaky shit, the way that y'all have been behaving and doing things, it's over. That world no longer exists. We are in a new world now where only righteousness will be rewarded. People are not going to be fortunate in criminalities anymore. We're in a new world now. God has come. God is here. The headmaster is here. And God is setting everything right. Well, more right anyway. Because perfection, I don't think that perfection is possible. But we the people deserve a break. We deserve better. We deserve to be treated better. And God is making sure that we get that. So y'all need to, the same way you went into politics with possibly a positive mindset and had good intentions and you got corrupted, because that's how they do. And I know when you're trying to do right in politics, you got too much opposition around you trying to pull you into doing the wrong as well. So a lot of you decide to change and become a naughty member of the government because you're outnumbered by how much negative people are in there, right? Fine. You had a good run doing those things, and now it's time for you to get back to integrity. Get back to where you started. I'll get you one more. And then I'm out. Let's drop you a card from this deck. Let's see what God want to tell you from this deck. Got forgive and forget at the bottom of the deck. Let's check this before we even go. is correct like this. Ah, see? That's what God want to tell you. Have faith. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Just, I mean, you could follow your original plan of changing your identity and all that. You can hide, but it's still gonna catch up with you. Or you can choose to do what most people don't do, which is admit your wrongs and have faith through the process. Now that would be a spectacle. They'll make movies off of you if you do that. You could end up making a heck of a lot more money than you ever intended with the a lot of people are gonna want to talk to you like, what was in your mind? How did you find the courage to admit? Most politicians, they just run away. How did you find the courage to do that? The whole world is astonished. Yeah, if you choose to walk that path, it will yield so much rewards. But you have to do right. You have to be more right in the future. You can't keep on doing these nonsense. Yeah, if you choose to be vulnerable, yeah, admit your vulnerabilities. Admit your faults. If you choose to walk that path, trust me. Admit your vulnerabilities. Keep your commitments. So that's like returning to where you started. And we have begin to explore. God said just give it a try and see what happens. Admit your vulnerabilities. How did you even end up becoming the type of member of government that you became? How did it all start for you? You know, like, look back at your life story. What influenced you to even want to become a member of government in the first place? When you got in there, what was that like? And then, like, how did you go from whatever your first intention was in becoming a member of government to who you became when you were actually in government? And like, what led you up to this point where you just feel like, I just want to quit. I don't want to be me anymore. I want to be somebody else. It's a very interesting story. But God says, have faith. Okay? So, however you choose to go forward, God says, have faith. And I wish you all the best. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care. Take care of yourself and each other. Right.